Welcome everybody to another episode of Compact Chat. I'm Investigator Jamelle Allen with the Hoover Police Department in Compact.
I'm Adam Schniper with the City of Pelham and Compact.
So today we're going to talk about Kava and Kratom. So these are two substances that you all may be familiar with, but for those who are not familiar, we're going to talk about why you should be concerned and aware of what they are. So Kava is derived from a plant that's traditionally used in the South Pacific, and Kratom comes from a tree that's native to Southeast Asia. So these substances are similar in a lot of ways because at one point in time, they were both sold in gas stations and you can get them online. One of these products, Kratom, is actually illegal in Alabama, but it could still be found online in some cases. And Kava is still a popular product that's even sold on Amazon. So we're going to talk about why these products are, how they're similar, how they're different, and why you all should be concerned. So with Kava, Kava is commonly sold in drinks or tonics, in powder form or tonic drink form, and it's marketed for relaxation or anxiety relief. So this is something that's marketed as a natural way for someone to self-medicate.
A lot of people self-medicate with both of them.
Okay, yeah. So, this is something, like I said, it's legal in Alabama at this point, but parents and youth need to know that this stuff isn't regulated, right? Like there's no regulation with this stuff.
Right.
And also, there have been some concerns with Kava being linked to or associated with risk of liver toxicity in high doses. Also, there's a risk when you mix it with alcohol or other depressants. And like we said before, the lack of regulation, and not really knowing the long-term damage that could be done with this product, Kava in particular. So when we talk about Kratom, I think you may remember, Adam, once upon a time, Kratom was actually a popular product in Alabama under different brand names. I think that's where the term gas station opioid or gas station heroin kind of came up, right?
Right.
And I think you had a story related to Kratom. You mind sharing that story?
I had a wife call me about her husband who had never done any drugs his entire life, did not have a drinking problem, marijuana, or anything. So it was a very interesting story that he actually started taking the gas station heroin, I believe, for anxiety and sleep aid, and actually became addicted to it. And they were seeking addiction help, and then I got them connected to some people to get them to a rehab center. It was just a very interesting case. I'm so used to other substances. It really surprised me that it would be such an over-the-counter thing that was that highly addictive to where they had to seek treatment for it.
Yeah, that's a good point that you bring that up, how addictive it was. And just reading in my notes here, a powerful compound that's found in Kratom, I'm not going to pronounce the medical name or the scientific term for it, but it's known as 7-OH. So 7-OH is found in Kratom, and what it does, it binds to the opioid receptors and can be stronger than morphine in some cases. So that's where the term gas station heroin, things like that come from, where you have people that end up, for whatever reason, addicted to this product and having similar withdrawal effects to opioid withdrawal. So obviously with those risks, this is why at this point Kratom and 7-OH is illegal in the state of Alabama. However, the websites, online shopping, we have had cases where parents or people are calling in saying that they have found a product and asking about its legality because it can still be purchased online, or if someone travels to a neighboring state where it is legal, sees it in the gas station and thinks, okay, hey, this must be something healthy. It says natural, it's being sold in the gas station, apparently if it's legal, it must be good. So I think the main point of this conversation, in this short talk, is just to let people understand that just because something is promoted as natural does not mean it's safe, right? And just because something may have a legal status in your state, that doesn't mean it's not harmful. Right. And with these two things, we need you all to be aware that there's also a product out, and we'll show some images, called Feel Free. So this is a product that's promoted as Kava, like I said, which is legal in Alabama. But in the fine print, it also contains Kratom, actually. So this is a product, these Feel Free tonics in the classic version are actually illegal in the state of Alabama, but their non-Kratom version can even be found on Amazon. So the non-Kratom version is found. But you have to be careful because they don't actually promote, in a lot of cases, that there's actually Kratom in the classic product, but that's something that you all need to be aware of. Anything else you want to add, Adam?
No, just that even if, I'm speaking for adults here, even an adult, you still want to check with your doctor.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to take a substance yourself and you don't want to take pharmaceuticals, that's a big argument with a lot of people. Nonetheless, I would just encourage anyone self-medicating. Just let your doctor know what you're doing, so at least you've got a little bit of medical oversight on your choices. That'd be a real safe bet.
It's great advice, Adam. Thank you all for taking the time to sit with us for this compact chat. See you next time.